Hello, my friends. Let's move you a little bit closer. I don't even know if you can hear me. This might just be a fucking bust all around. Anyway, so today's video is a little bit of a different type of video, a little bit of different style video, and I'll get into why in just a moment. I just wanted to welcome you guys. Hi, welcome. How are you doing? If you're new here, my name is Jo. This is the worst time for you to join here. Today's video is going to be a kind of channel update, mental health chat, and also my November TBR. If you don't care about the channel, if you don't care about me as a human being, that's totally fine. If you just here for the books, I get it, I feel that way sometimes, but if you are just here for my November TBR, check the description down below. I'll have timestamps. The main update that I have for this channel is that I don't know if it's the changing of the season or if it's just my mood, but I am just having such a huge mental block with filming sit-down YouTube videos. I don't know what it is. It's just so difficult for me right now, and I'm just finding myself not enjoying it, and I didn't know how much I was just genuinely not enjoying making those videos until I made my Stephen King reading vlog, and I had so much fun making that. I had so much fun making it. I had so much fun editing it. I just enjoyed the shit out of it. And when I sat down today to film my November TBR, I couldn't freaking do it. I was not having fun. I was having a lot of trouble getting my words out. I was focusing more on the perfection of the thing rather than just having fun and being genuine and, you know, talking about the books that I was wanting to read or had read or whatever. And I think it has a lot to do with the pressure that I put on myself. It's not outside pressure. It's not pressure from other people. It's pressure from myself. I want to make good content. I want to have fun with it, but I want to make good content, and good content is hard to make, especially when you have no money. And so for the last couple times that I've done sit down YouTube videos with the lights and the mic and just all of this stuff, it's just been exhausting, just absolutely exhausting. And so I want to try out this new form of content. Obviously the lighting's not as great, the video quality's not as great, the audio's not as great. I am planning on getting like a little adapter for my phone so that I can get one of those little clippy mics, but I want to try this out just to see if I have more fun with it. And obviously mental health is a really important thing for me. I've struggled with depression for a decade, so it's a huge thing for me. I struggle with it every single day, and as we move into this colder season, that's when the seasonal depression starts to hit, and I want to get ahead of that. I don't want that to be a problem, and I don't want YouTube to feed into that problem because of the pressure that I put on myself. So I want to kind of take that pressure away, kind of chillax a little bit, make this more of like a discussion, like we're FaceTiming on, you know, a Tuesday afternoon. I just want it to be chill and have fun and not put so much pressure on myself to be something that I genuinely just don't want to be. So here I am on my porch with my coffee, and the cars going by and the wind chimes and the not perfect audio and the not perfect lighting, and I feel so much more comfortable right now than I did an hour ago trying to film those fucking videos. I don't know if this is just gonna be for this video and then I'll delete this video and be like, Jordan, what were you talking about? I don't know if that's gonna be the thing, but for now I'm having fun just being out here and talking and not having to make every single word that comes out of my mouth fucking perfect, and not worrying about sounding intelligent or sounding well-read or whatever. So if you're also a creator, let me know down below if you feel this way sometimes. Let me know if you're feeling the same things, and if you don't struggle with that, let me know what your secret is because I struggle with that hardcore. And just recently, like I said, when I made that Stephen King vlog, I realized that I didn't necessarily have to struggle with that. I could make another form of content because I love vlogs, and I'm not saying that every single video of mine is going to be a vlog from now on. That's not the case. It could be, I don't know, but I want to try something different, something that maybe gives me a little bit more freedom to express myself, a little bit more freedom to show my personality, or to just exist in this space that I've created for myself on the internet. But without further ado, let's get into my November TBR. In the month of October, I kind of tried to embrace the spooky season type of situation, and I read a couple of books that I would consider spooky, and I really enjoyed them, and so I was wanting to kind of explore a little bit more in that spooky thriller horror genre. And so I picked up TikTok, which is not just a social media app that you can mindlessly scroll for hours upon end, by Dean Koontz. This book is following this man named Tommy. He is a Vietnamese American. His family immigrated when he was 8 years old, and one day Tommy answers the doorbell rings, he answers the door, and there's this creepy little rag doll on his doorstep, and he takes it in his house, which is the wrong thing to do. And this ragdoll starts to morph into something that is more demon than ragdoll. And it seems like its sole purpose is to kill Tommy, right? And if you can't already tell by the way that I'm talking about this book, I did finish this book today. It's November 1st when I'm filming this, which is probably the day that I'm gonna upload this. I'm not gonna say, you know, go into too much of my thoughts because I'm kind of still processing how I actually feel about the book, but I do want to say that it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. It wasn't exactly what I was wanting out of it. It was a lot less to do with the scary doll coming alive and a lot more to do with the struggles of an immigrant family as they're trying to assimilate into a different culture in a country that is not their home, in which they do not feel 100% welcome. Tommy has a sort of unhealthy obsession with the idea of the American dream. In my opinion, it's a little bit unhealthy and unrealistic, but he really wants to embrace anything and everything American. He wants to be the most American version of himself that he can be. He wants to be someone who, when another American looks at him, he doesn't want them to see an immigrant. He wants them to see an American. And his mother doesn't really understand that. She wants him to be more tied down to his roots. She wants him to acknowledge his Vietnamese culture. She wants him to marry a nice Vietnamese girl and work at the family bakery. And so I feel like the devil ragdoll is kind of like a sort of metaphor for this whole situation. Like I said, I'm still processing my thoughts. So that's one checked off of my November TBR. Okay, next, in terms of manga, I'm definitely wanting to continue on with One Piece. I got up to volume 14 in One Piece in October. Where I'm at right now, I feel like I'm getting the more that I was wanting from the first 12 volumes, because I felt like it was getting a little bit repetitive there for a while, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit more, and now it's reminding me more and more of Gulliver's Travels, which is awesome. So I'm wanting to read more of that. I'm also thinking about doing a video review where I kind of combine talking about the first arc of Vinland Saga and the first saga of One Piece. If that happens, then that happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but that's my plan right now. Here comes the wind. Speaking of Vinland Saga, I'm also wanting to continue on with that. I've been reading one a month, one omnibus volume a month, and I want to continue on with that kind of schedule because I like that. Sometimes I want to read more in the story, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, that was good. I'm ready to read something else, you know? So I have Vinland Saga book 5 on my TBR, and same sort of situation with One Piece. I feel like now that I've gotten out of that first arc and we're moving on with the story through arc 2, I feel like I'm getting the more that I wanted from Thorfinn, because Thorfinn is he's a very angry character. He is hell-bent on vengeance over his father's death, and at the end of the first arc, we have this huge question of what is the goal after he kills the man who kills his father? What is that goal? What are we going to do next? Who is Thorfinn? So I'm eager to continue on and see what's going to happen. It looks like we've had some sort of time jump. I also want to continue on with some series because one of my goals for 2024 is to continue some series that I've started. It's not 2024 yet, but we're right there. We're right on the cusp. So I'm starting my 2024 goals early, and I want to continue on with Red Rising. So I have Dark Age on this TBR. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that. There's no hopefully. I fucking love Red Rising, okay? I love Red Rising. It's amazing. A lot of people didn't like Iron Gold. I happen to really like Iron Gold, and I really like the characters that were introduced in that book. I'm interested to see where the story's gonna go from here, because the first trilogy was really about breaking down a world that was broken already, and now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of, now that the world is broken down, how are we gonna rebuild it? I'm also wanting to continue on with the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, which means that I'll be reading Royal Assassin, which I'm really, really excited about. I read Assassin's Apprentice in October, and just, I have no words for how much I loved that book. It wasn't a perfect 5 out of 5 stars for me, but just the way that Robin Hobb set up her characters and her prose, I loved it. There were so many amazing lines in that story, so many amazing characters, and I just feel like it doesn't seem that Assassin's Apprentice or even the Farseer trilogy are a favorite among people who love the Realm of the Elderlings. I've even seen people say that people could start with the Ship of Magic, and so I was very hesitant to go into Assassin's Apprentice, but I loved it so much, and I cannot imagine starting anywhere else. And I feel like if Robin Hobb is that strong in the first book of a 16-book-long series, a book that most people warned me was not the best, it can only go up from there, and I'm so just jonesing. I'm jonesing, okay? It'll probably be the next book that I pick up, honestly. And then I have 3 anticipated releases this month coming out, and one of them is Murtagh. If you've been watching my channel recently, I've read through the Inheritance cycle for the first time as a 24-year-old, and I really enjoyed my time with it, so I'm excited for Murtagh. Murtagh's one of my favorite characters in the series, so I'm interested to see how Paolini's going to handle that, because I know that a lot of people don't like when authors come back to previous series and start expanding them. It seems kind of like a money grab or whatever, or something unnecessary, or they ruin something about the previous canon. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. I'm wondering if Paolini's writing style has improved. I'm wondering if he's improved as a storyteller. I'm just wondering about that book. And then also Iron Flame comes out this month as well, which I'm excited about. I did ask on my community tab if anybody wanted a reading vlog for Iron Flame, because I did a reading vlog for Fourth Wing. One person said yes, so the birds are eating behind me. One person said yes, so that reading vlog is 100% dedicated to that person. I'm excited about that, but also a little bit nervous because I liked Fourth Wing. I liked it for what it was because it really reminded me of that kind of 2010s YA dystopian phase, kind of. That's kind of how it was written, and I really enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm eager to see how that's going to work out. I did have some problems with book 1, so I'm looking forward to seeing how or if those improve. Bookshops and Bone Dust is also coming out in November, and I'm nervous about that one because quite a few early readers that I've seen who have already read this book are kind of so-so about it. They like it, but they don't love it like they loved Legends and Lattes, or like it as much as they did Legends and Lattes. So I'm eager to see how I'm gonna think about it. We'll see. I'm not really a huge fan of prequels anyway, but I did love Legends and Lattes, and it's right around the time of year where cozy books they're just a vibe, okay, in the fall. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Let me know down below what you plan on reading in November. I would love to know. We can chat about it. Are you anticipating the same books that I'm anticipating? But anyways, I'm gonna go inside because it's freaking cold and my toes are freezing off. But I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you next time.